What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Hey, Lynn. Come on in, Lynn. Come on in.
Hey, guys, you're getting 2 for 1 today.
2 for 1, Lord. I
you
tell
don't
you.
get this, but yeah, this is where it's at.
This
Lord,
is the power of sisterhood.
Well, let's look. These Siamese twins, come on, y'all come on in here. Let's get y'all come on up in here.
Yeah.
We're coming through,
Right.
girl.
Anyway, I'm Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda.
And I'm Charlene.
And we are 4SistersLIVE. So speaking of 4SistersLIVE, can y'all start out letting people know where you two are at so they won't think we just kind of like making the magical happen here today? What's going on?
Oh, boy. We are at the Sports and Learning Complex in, I guess you would call it Hinesville, Seat Pleasant, all in that same area.
Largo,
yeah.
near the old Red
Hyattsville.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the rest.
Are we close by?
FedEx Field.
Oh,
Yeah,
FedEx Field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But wasn't
What's
that
going
the old
on?
Redskin?
No, that's
Oh,
in DC.
see, I'm not from here, so forgive me.
Look,
I was told that. I don't know where I got that from.
well, you are close to FedEx Field, so that's where you're at the Sports and Learning Center, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on there today, Peggy?
It's the 8th annual Tots to Teens. So if you go in there, all you're going to see is babies, tots. They are babies, right?
Right.
Teenagers. And there is a slew of all types of activities. The STEM program is hot downstairs. They had cybersecurity. They got cooking stage. They have food. Giant has donated all this food for giveaway. Sisters for Sisters Network is there.
The yeah, so you look at a lot of resources that are here for families, for mothers, fathers. There are tons of children here. They're taking pictures. They're learning about how they can get involved in STEM. If they're not interested in STEM, possibly tech fields. You know, you got Lori Dorsey here to say there's money for school. So that's for the teenagers in high school.
Yeah.
So it is so much stuff out there. The health people are here. Like, I think maybe John Hopkins or the hospital, a lot of hospitals and facilities.
Really? That's
that's awesome.
How to do
really
CPR. Nice. They're here. The MLS, Prince George's County's finest is here teaching the kids and the parents about CPR.
How long will they be there?
Until 4 o'clock.
Okay. So everybody who's watching.
This is a big thing. Dr. Dorsey was one who was instrumental in helping us collaborate with First Baptist Church of Holland Park, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and the Infinite Scholar Program, where we were able, and that's what we talk about, collaboration. When you can come together, and these 4 organizations came together and was able to facilitate total for 2 years, $31 million in scholarships.
Wow. That's awesome.
That was heavy. Awesome. So they're down there, and this year we have a sponsor. And this brother is out of Florida, but he is here to support Prince George's County.
Yeah, he's happy. And to piggyback on what Peggy is saying, this is why collaboration is so important. Yes, Lori Dorsey and their foundation poured over $34 million, but then we have Taylor, and Taylor needed more help with her event that happens every single year. I mean, her heart was, I want to serve teens and tots and provide families with resources, but then there's other people. She needed the money. Guess what? We found people that had the money, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because you got to pay for this. I mean, this place is not free. Ain't nothing in Prince George's County. Ain't nothing nowhere free. Nothing. But this is definitely not free. So who's going to fund this particular event space from 9 to 4? So we found that sponsor. He is now helping. We shout out to him. We're very grateful for him.
His name is Horace.
Horace, that's right. And then we have, like you said,
Lori Dorsey. The name of the sponsor.
His company.
Yes.
We didn't give him real names, but anyway, because y'all may go for it. Okay, anyway, but that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Sister Sisters Network Incorporation, helping women to connect is a powerful, powerful statement, because that's what happened here. And I know that if our girl Taylor was here, she'll come on here and start crying, because she sees the power of this organization, because I think this is one of her biggest events and the most heavily is sponsored events that she's had in her 8 years. So I'm very proud of Sister for Sisters Network making the connections with all three of those other partners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but shout out to all of those who are making this happen, because we have to see the good inside the bad of what's going on around us. There is some good going on, and I
It
think
is.
that's a wonderful thing to point that out and to highlight it, because our kids are still our future, and we still have to invest in them. We have to invest in our community, and we need this. And it's all out there as if we don't have it. We as a people really have it. Prince George's County, actually, and if you can correct me, is one of the richest, or was pinned to one of the richest counties in America. So, or in this, in this area anyway. So there is money somewhere. People, don't be fooled.
Oh, we not fooled. We coming after them this year, honey.
We got them.
If you ain't showing it off, we're going to pull it out. Oh, you want to keep it a secret? We'll keep it a secret with you. But we're going to fund this event for domestic violence, education, entrepreneurship, health and wellness with Sister Sisters Network. Don't worry, we won't tell nobody if you don't want nobody to know. But if you want to give your money and help out meaningful activities and projects, Sister for Sisters Network is here to help connect you to those events that are doing so.
And let me share something with you guys. As I was setting up downstairs, a woman came up and she was talking to Linda, who handles the domestic violence for the organization. And they were chatting, and she introduced me to the woman. And she said, "Oh my God, that's right. This is Sisters for Sisters Network." And honey, she embraced us. She loved up on us. And she said, this is the organization. She was telling her sister, this is the organization you need to be connected with. And that made me feel so good. I'm like, see, you never know who's watching us.
Yes.
Never know.
Oh, that is something I believe in. That's why you have to do your due diligence and making things happen. What we're doing now is setting up a precedence for people to see what we're doing and the light that we're shining. So, Peggy, definitely, we talk about Sister for Sisters Network on this platform. We're not just playing games, people. We're out there working. And if you don't see us like literally in our own space, we're out there in somebody else's space doing the work.
You said it so well, Wow.
That's so good. We're in somebody else's
space.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I mean, we doing what we got to do, guys. I mean, we are always doing this. I miss you guys. I miss y'all. It seems like we have been together. And I miss.
You've been doing the thing with production. So
wait a minute. Can I say this? Like, I don't doubt that you were not doing work, but what I saw on this past Sunday. Please tell me the Giz, right?
Yeah,
the Giz.
The Giz, okay. The Giz means something else, but the Giz, okay. The Giz was an extraordinary play. It's like this replay of the Wizard of Oz, but that redemption.
But it's in DC, all about DC.
Well, it was about Southeast, Northwest, all of it. They did an amazing job bringing them all four corners of DC together. But guess what? They could not have made that happen without the executive producer, the general manager, Mrs. Madam, Queen, Wyoming, Harris. When I tell you, that is some hard, like if I curse, I'm like, that's some hard S, okay? But that stuff is hard to bring that whole group together, dancers inside of the production. I'm talking about ballerinas, I'm talking about singers, I'm talking about
acrobats.
Costumes, acrobats. What was the scarecrow? I don't know how they got him on the cross. So anyway, all that stuff means something, okay?
Yeah.
So Wyoming, congratulations to you.
Congratulations. Yes.
Work, and we look forward to seeing more. I mean, that thing should be. To go on the road.
You get it too.
Wyoming.
Yes, ma'am.
How many were in the cast?
Oh my God, we had at least 30 people in the cast. Total dancers, actors, and all singers. We had about 30 people. And I must shout out the fact that you all came to support number one. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Because that's what you all do. Y'all sisters always show up. And I always want to show up for you guys, and we show up for each other. But moreover, I just want to shout out the brains of the playwright as they put this together, and we help bring their vision to life. And that's Dr. Lavelle Long and Angelique Long. They wrote this script. I promise you,
Yeah.
and everybody that's surrounded have their ways of just bringing things to help make what you all saw. All the hard work, man. I promise you, it was so much work. I'm still there. Peggy said, "You together yet?" I said, "I'm like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall." All the Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. I'm trying to put myself back together again, okay? Because it's a lot.
Right.
You need a whole spa day, Linda. She need a whole spa day.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yes, we do.
I do. I promise you guys. But overall, it was a spectacular show. Shout out to the cast. Shout out to the dancers. Shout out to all of them who really showed, as Peggy would say, showed up and showed off for y'all.
Shout out to DC.
DC, man, the
Go
community.
They showed up.
Sold out
shows.
3 sold out shows in the historic Lincoln Theater on U Street, man. I'm telling you, we have made history. We've known we were making history. This is a historical moment. We're continuing on with the historic moments that's coming up in September. We're bringing Grease with a side of mumbo sauce back. September 7th, 8th, and 9th. Yeah, so we're continuing this whole movement, because let me tell you all, so people don't get out much to enjoy entertainment. You'd be surprised, guys, how many people have been to a play. Have not seen the historic Lincoln Theater, have not stepped foot. Do you not know, and I'll say this, we can move on, we were performing on the stage when we could never have been on there years ago.
That's right. No black folks.
No black folks could perform. Absolutely. We could not. So we're on the stage with the Duke Ellingtons, you know, and all of those women who came before us who performed on that particular stage years and years and years ago. It's a 100-year-old theater that's celebrating, you know what I mean? So we're happy, we're proud, and I thank you guys. Just stay tuned for more things. A lot of other things are coming my way. God is just blessing. You all are gonna know about that real soon. Peggy, no, y'all shaking your head. Y'all already know. But
and we're so proud of you.
I thank you. I thank you. And y'all just continue to be by my side. I need you. I'm not going to act like I don't. I need you guys. So, and we need each other, but I need you guys because you all have been so close. I have a sister, biological sister, but I'm talking about my extended sister who shows so much compassion and love. And you all just don't give it to just me and individual. I don't know how you all do this, Peggy. You all make it happen for so many other women, and you make me feel like I'm the special one, but you make everyone feel special. Like they're the only ones that being given and I just feel that way. But you all have made me so proud. So when I go out, when I'm going out, y'all going with me. I promise you.
All right, I'm ready. My bags are packed.
So y'all ready? So in the meantime, we're going to continue to celebrate what's going on. We know it's Saturday. It's beautiful Saturday. Look, this is one of the first beautiful Saturdays. Gorgeous. Also, anyone who's near the Landover area or can get over to near FedEx, stop by. Is it a charge, guys, to get in?
Free.
Okay, so just stop by. Do what you do. It's a beautiful Saturday.
Sports Complex. Prince George's Sports Complex.
Prince George's Sports. Join us. Join Peggy. We'll be out there as soon as the show is over. Lynn and I are going to stop on in there as well to be a part of what's going on. But overall, we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo weekend, so y'all might as well going out and celebrate, do your thing on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Hello.
Yes.
I'm going to do a little bit of Kentucky Derby with my girl Rashawn Charles. So I'll be seeing her shortly. They're going to be in DC, so I got to change all this up. Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, you look pretty. You look pretty.
Oh girl, I feel hot right now.
Yeah.
T-shirt on.
Oh, your Sister for Sisters Network T-shirt. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So what's going on in your world, girls? Linda, what's going on in your world, girl?
Oh my goodness. Just finished up with my SOARs last week and had a wonderful time, learned a lot. Gamma Phi Delta. Delta Pi was in the house and in the city in McLean. Had a wonderful time. So just taking care of my sister and Sister Dr. J. Prayers out to Dr. J that she has a speedy recovery.
Wonderful.
Everything it's been busy every single day. I actually started getting ready for church today. I forgot about today.
Oh, you thought the day was Sunday?
Look,
I thought the day was Sunday. I thought I've been in and out, in the hospital. I thought yesterday was Saturday. I woke up saying, "Oh, I gotta get ready for church." And then it dawned on me in the middle of everything. No, today is Saturday.
Those moments
I've
is
had many of those
amazing.
days.
I knew I had to do something today. So, okay. But yeah, I'm here. Woosah. I'm going to take a woosah moment. But I want everyone to call somebody, get on the show. I don't see enough people on the show, y'all. Let's buzz everybody. Tell everybody to come on. We have a great show today. And we're talking about mental health, I believe, right?
Yeah, we have two powerful conversations that are going to be happening today.
Wake up some of them folks, and those folks who got those hangovers from Cinco de Mayo, because I think that's where they are.
Yeah, I mean that's right. They're still in the bed.
They're still in the bed.
But let's get people in here because this is a powerful conversation today.
Get those algorithms, whatever they call them.
Algorithms, yeah. But no, overall, we just get people to come on in, because today we're talking about our subject matters that we don't always talk about, as I say, but we are still dealing with it. So much going on surrounding domestic violence.
Erica's in the house.
The more, hey Erica, the more we talk about this, Peggy, the more I'm seeing things happening across the globe. This subject matter here is so important. I'm so happy you have put together such a topic like this, because we think that we should just not deal with it because people may be ashamed of it, or they don't ever want to admit it or anything like that, or they just want to walk around like all is well. All isn't well. People are seriously being hurt, and they are definitely being traumatized by this situation. So today we're coupling up domestic violence along with the mental health, because this month is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about mental health all month. This month starting today, next week, on and on, because it has to. Mental health is involved with everything we do every day. I mean, we all have our mental, nothing that we escape from. We all have it, but some things are more serious than others. And I think domestic violence, as we talk about, how does this play into the mental and to our physical in that respect as well. So we have our guest today is Dr. Lisa Freeman. So Dr. Lisa Freeman is going to come and unpack some things for us, help us to understand it. We're going to engage and talk about where are we as it relates to continuing of domestic violence, and then the mental health, and how she can share some things about us from the physical side, the mental, the medical side as well, so that we can break this thing down. But before we get to her, we have some birthdays, and who we're going to shout out today for some birthdays?
Well, we have quite a few. Last month was really hot. We had about 10 sisters in the organization who celebrated for the month of April. But today is actually Linda Lewis, who's one of our members. She's celebrating her birthday actually today. And she's with us at the Sports and Learning Complex as well. She's here.
Oh, yay. Happy birthday.
Wonderful.
Happy birthday. Shout out to all of those who celebrating in the month of May. Yes. Just so much. Who else is celebrating birthdays?
She's celebrating.
Gina Duncan. I was really celebrating.
Oh, yeah. Gina
Lynette Cosby is another one celebrating. And also my mommy's birthday is May 21st. Wow. Yeah.
All right, Mama Bell. Yeah, we are blessed to have her and her celebrating her birthday. It's so many other people. Linda, do you have any celebrities celebrating?
Yes, I have our birthdays of our celebrities, and happy birthday to Sugar Ray Robinson, boxer, champion. Haven't heard that name in a while. His birthday is on the 3rd. James Brown was born in 1933.
James Brown.
Hey.
All right, James.
We have Adam Clayton Powell Sr., reformer, born 1865.
Wow.
We have Willie Mays, baseball giant. Yes, great, born in 1931. So, and what else do we have here? Yeah, those are our birthdays that we have. The first game of the National Negro Baseball League was held
Okay.
May 2nd, 1920, for all those who love baseball. And we also have Gwendolyn Brooks became the first American to win the Pulitzer Prize for her book of poetry, Annie Allen, in 1950. So those are our historic moments and our historic birthdays.
Yeah, it's good to know about these things because
Yes,
it's always a wonderful thing to help us remember whose shoulders we're standing on and how we're
Exactly, Mark.
celebrating,
that's
what we're
right.
doing.
That's
Even
right.
in the baseball series, I know your boy Dwayne says
And
he was
he's
Yeah,
here
Dwayne
today.
Sims.
huh?
He's here. He's here.
Is
Is
he?
he here?
Oh,
Good.
tell him we say hello. Give him
We
a
will.
big hug.
I am so
Yeah.
proud of him. He is a brother who's committed to the community and to our young people.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
and committed
is.
to us sisters too. Like
Yeah,
whatever.
he's
I'm
right
just
down there with us.
salute to him.
That's awesome. So also we are celebrating coming up. It will be our Mom's Day, Mother's Day
Yeah,
this
it's
month. It's
coming.
packed with
We
some
are
wonderful
moms.
things. We're going to celebrate our moms starting next week. We
Yes.
want all of you all to come and be a part of our celebrating our mothers. We're going to celebrate our moms, myself, Linda, going to also honor her mom, and Peggy's going to honor her mom. Charlene's going to. We're going to honor moms next week.
While they're
We
here,
want you
Lord
all.
Jesus.
Oh my God, really? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Show
Yes.
your pictures of your mom. If you have a picture that you want us to show of your mother, if your family with your mother, not just mom, you want to share a
Yes.
picture that you're with your
Send it
mom.
in.
Send it in to us this week so we
Yes.
can give and show that we want to give our moms so much love next week. Give them their flowers and let them know how much we really love and appreciate them. So just anybody, everybody, just send
Everybody
in your mom.
participate. Audience
Participate next
participation.
week.
Participate. Even if your
Yeah.
mom is in heaven, please just send a picture in so we can honor them here
Right.
at Sisters
Yes.
Network and Four
Yes.
Sisters Live. Like I think that's
Absolutely.
special. Very
Right.
Absolutely. So, Peggy, do we have anything else you want to highlight? Do we have, I know we didn't have much hot picks, but we have some other things that you want to share that you can think of that we can be about.
You know what we're going to do next
Mhm.
week is going to be a two-part event. Actually, we're going to honor 10 women organizations here in Prince George's County that supports our young people. And we're one of the 10 that will be represented. And we're going to take that opportunity to honor Dr. Lloyd Dorsey for the fine work she's done with the scholarship fair. It's a two-part, so it's dinner, and then once we do the dinner, then it's a live concert.
Really?
If you love Luther,
yes.
if you love Luther, there's a gentleman here locally who acts like, sound like, sing like. I think Luther's in the room. Okay.
Yeah, he looks like him. He does.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. So we are so proud. That is happening next Friday.
It's going to
May
happen
12th.
Yeah, but guys, can I give another shout out
Sure,
to
yeah.
Sylvia
Trey Moore
Trey Moore Morrison. Guys, if you live in the Washington, D.C. area and you missed what happened in Bowie Town Center at the Howard Theater, she's having another play
For Mother's Day.
from Mother's Day on May the 14th, that Sunday. Help pack that place out. Washingtonians, shout out to you. You are the best. Go honor her. That is your home girl. That's your real home girl, okay? I'm not even from
Yes.
there, but this lady has been through a lot, and she's going to be there doing Mom Mabley, right?
Mom's
Mom Mabley.
Mabley, yes.
But the beautiful
And
thing
she also
about
does other they're not characters, but other women
She's
Yeah.
honoring other
that
women.
performed here, Pearl Bailey and all of those type persons.
But
You know,
guess
we know
what?
she
But the
does
beautiful
Whitney
thing
Houston
about
and
it is
everybody.
that she's going to be opening up for our event on May 12th.
Ah,
Okay.
wonderful.
She's going to help honor the women that are part of Prince George's County. So we got a piece of her too.
Oh, God. So we got her 2 nights before, so that's really hot. So if you know any singers, and shout out to any singers in the Washington, D.C. area that want to go to that play, get in touch with us at Sisters Network,
Yes.
so that we can honor your mother. So you can bring her. We got your mom. Just ask for Charlene. We got your mom, but you get there, okay? With your
So is
mom.
this going to be at Howard Theater? You
It's going to be
say?
at
No.
Howard Theater.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Sylvia's event is going to be at Howard Theater. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And she's going to be performing at our event May 12th at the Bowie Performing Arts Center.
Okay. Okay.
12th and 14th.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well, we got to put that out there and make sure we have any flyers for that. But
Yeah,
look
right.
forward
Where do
to it.
we go to find the information to go to these events?
Okay, the one on May 12th, which is a Friday, is going to be at the Bowie Performing Arts. She's going to be there. They can go to patriots-ttc.org. That's the website. Okay?
Repeat
Okay.
that again. Patriots.
Patriots-ttg.org.
Okay. And Howard Theater.
Right, and just go to Howard Theater and look up Sylvia Tremore Morrison, and you'll see Mom Mabley's play.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
howardtheater.com. Look up their theater, Howard Theater. Sorry, howardtheater.com.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
So, but we're going to move right along with our guests because we want to get into this conversation today as it relates to our domestic violence segment, and we're going to talk about mental health. And to help us shed some information about that is our Dr. Lisa Fitterman. And I want to read a little bit about her, and it states, while serving as a lead pastor for 10 years, Dr. Lisa saw too many people who were secretly struggling with faith and mental health issues without enough overall support. Many were parents, couples, and family and caregivers. It was very unsettling for her. With so many other demands in her position, she believed she was not doing enough to help people of faith to focus on their own healing and well being. She earned a Master's of Divinity and Doctor of Ministry in Pastoral and Psychotherapy from Wesley Theological Seminary in Washington, D.C. She completed clinical work in Georgetown University Center. She is long-standing professional member of the American Counseling Association, and she is the owner of Love with Finesse LLC. Ladies and gentlemen, she is all about the well-being and the holistic of us as people. Let's congratulate her on all that she's doing and will be doing. But today, she is our special guest, Dr. Lisa Freeman. Welcome.
Hello.
Dr. Lisa Fetterman.
Fetterman.
Fetterman. I had Freeman on my mind. But Fetterman, welcome.
Thank you. It is a tongue twister. When I married my husband, before I married my husband, the first thing I said was, I can't pronounce your last name. And had no idea that this was going to be the man that I was going to marry and I was going to take on this name. So I totally get it. So
well,
yeah,
Dr. Fetterman, we welcome you today. Thanks for coming on and being available to share all of your, to help us understand. When we said earlier on the show that this is our first Saturday and we always talk about domestic violence as our topic, but because this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, we wanted to also bring that topic into domestic violence conversation because we have always known that something doesn't connect here as it relates to domestic violence, the violence part of it that we get. Okay. But for it to be domestic violence, we want to understand how does that play into the mental, because we know there are 5 areas, and mental abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse, verbal abuse, and all of those areas in the circle of abuse, mental is one of them. Mental abuse is one of them. So unpack this for us, because we see so many people in our community, our families, that we want to help. A lot of times we can't, but we know there's information out there that we can share. And we've been doing that on this platform of 4SistersLIVE for some time now. And Peggy, with the organization of Sister for Sisters Network, we have a domestic violence committee. And she's broken this up down into 4 committees, and domestic violence is one of them. And so we want to help someone today to understand from your perspective, how can you give us some information on that?
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I just wanted to congratulate you and to celebrate Sisters for Sisters Network for even having a platform to be able to talk about domestic violence and and presenting it to the public so that people can know that there is a source. There are other resources, especially for women of color. So I commend you for the work that you all are doing, and it's so important. It's so important, and it's so needed. I like the fact that that you all are doing so many other different things, because those things that you're doing, it's creating a culture of safety, which is what we all need, especially now, because it seems as if we are in a culture of violence. And it just seems that we just can't get away from it. We talk about if we're at work, we can talk, we can pick a news story. And I remember a time when we used to be able to say, well, oh, did you hear about with this person? Well, now it's like there's so much. It's like, okay, you heard something about something that happened in New Jersey. It's like, okay, there are so many different types of violences, especially and as you named those different abuses. And when it comes to domestic violence, there is I think the overarching or the motivation behind the abuse is is power. It's the struggle for power. And what happens is this 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 quest for power is what has become very damaging for our families, for our children, in our workplaces. And we know this. We know that this is what's happening. So, like I said before, it's important for us to be able to create a culture of safety. And like I said, you all are doing that with all of the events that you all are having. People need to know that there are resources that are available, that there are places where people can feel safe. And continuing to do that is so important. You talked about the different kinds of abuses. There is another kind of abuse that we don't often hear about, but it's elderly abuse. When it comes to family caregivers, and family caregivers it could be the babysitter, it could be a close relative, it could be a close family friend, and these are sometimes the abusers. Uh, and it's important for us to, again, to be intentional about creating a culture of safety. Just when I'm not when I'm not doing my business with Love with Finesse, I also work at a senior living community, and they have made us aware that there's been an increase of violence among the residents towards their caregivers and vice versa. They've established SOPs, standard operating procedures, so that we will know what to do if an instance like this happens. And it's important to have the kind of training and to the resources to be able to know where to go if something happens.
So, Dr. Fetterman, what do you think that comes from? Because we hear even more about the elderly being taken advantage of in that respect, and even when women are being sexually abused, and they're elderly women too that get sexually abused as well. So, can you kind of help us understand what happens with that? Did you get a draw to elderly to take advantage of them like that?
Well, again, there are a lot of different variables. Sometimes, and I'm finding it in the clients that I work with, is that um, there's a history of estrangement, estrangement. that there is a history of resentment and issues, unaddressed issues that have happened in the past. And what's happened now is there as a kind of a retaliation um, in those issues. So I'm finding more and more that there are parents, especially individuals who are caring for their parents, are they're having to deal with anxiety. They're having to deal with resentments. They're going to have to learn to forgive, even if you can't get an apology for some of the things that parents have done in the past.
Yes.
So and it's a process. It's a journey. It's a
And
journey.
people hold on to things. People hold on to so much. They don't let it go. So can you imagine that they go back from years and years and years, and then when time moves forward, they take that out on their loved ones because they've just been plotting. One day you're going to get old, and one day I'm here. I'm going to have to take care of you. So a lot of that comes from people taking
That's
advantage
right.
of their growing
Yeah.
up from years and years and years.
Dr. Fetterman, do you find that that more and more the younger generation, are they willing to take care of their family members?
That's a good question, Linda. Very good
Well,
question.
there
Yes.
is actually there are several. There are, I believe, there are at least 27% of young adults who are still living at home and having to be a caregiver for someone in their home. And
Wow.
sometimes they're not equipped. They're not emotionally mature enough to be able to handle those responsibilities. So that is another contributor to how abuse can happen. And I think how we can prevent that or avoid that is to make sure that we address our own thoughts and feelings, address our voice, make sure that our voices are heard, making sure that that we're able to express how we feel in a healthy way, so that we're not it doesn't come out in other ways. If you understand what, if you get what I
Right.
mean.
Right.
Because I mean, we've done it because well, I'll just speak for myself. As someone who's married, I can be withholding some issue that I didn't get a chance to express with my husband, right? And then all of a sudden we have an argument, and then it's
He
like,
bringing it up.
okay, I'm upset about something that happened 2 weeks ago because it wasn't addressed, right?
Yes.
So it's important to address, whatever our issues are, to address it and acknowledge it so that we can move on.
I think that's so good, Dr. Fitterman. But what about the mother and the children that resist counseling? So now we're talking about the Black family, which you've now seen since 2019. We are becoming more acceptable a little bit in the African American community to get counseling, to go through therapy. Now you're saying, you're bringing up this very honest, pure suggestion that, hey, if you're going to be taking care of each other, because eventually one of y'all going to take care of you. I may end up taking care of my mom, or mom may end up taking care of me. Let's deal with some issues that may occur, that may come up during that time that you may take care of me. But first, let's do it now while everyone is healthy. How do you get a family to that part, saying, let's talk now about this issue, because one of us are going to have to take care of each other. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be me, the elderly, versus my young adult daughter or son.
Exactly. And I love it. Yes. Excellent question. So again, we have to be intentional. Like you said, we have to do the work now, and not let it fester. And this, I know forgiveness is hard. It's a journey, but it's worth doing. It is absolutely worth doing, and it's going to pay off in the end. And when it comes to getting folks to come in for counseling, I know that that is still an ongoing thing. Before the pandemic, that was an issue. But now that we are, I guess, on the backside of the pandemic, I don't want to say the pandemic is over, but we're on the backside of it. I really think that everyone should at least have one session with a mental health professional, because we've
I
all been
agree.
affected. We've all been
Yeah,
affected.
yeah, I
Advise
think so
something.
too. I
And it
think
is
that
important. Yeah, I'm sorry.
that's
Yes.
a whole marketing campaign
Mhm.
that you're talking about. That's a worldwide marketing campaign to say, hey, it's okay to get help. I can see that happening now, but I really think we need to push it within our community, because in our community we have the highest number of elderly that we send our parents to these homes to be taken care of. I personally do not believe in it. My mom or any close friend of mine cannot go to a home. I feel like there's enough people around us to take care of them,
Right.
because we know that rape is happening in those homes, misuse
Yeah.
of medicine,
Right.
stealing of medicine, money, and things of that
Mhm.
nature. So I'm aware of that. But again, just that national campaign to say, guys, please talk to each other. Why are you unforgiving to your mom and your dad or whatever? Let's talk about this now, because we've got to take care of one another. Just like the people in the Middle East, working there, none of their people were in homes. They were in their daughter and son-in-law's homes. They take
Mhm.
care of their own elderly and their own disabled. And I just wish that was us here. My mom should not go in a home, no matter how mean she gets because she lost her mind. Lord forgive me. That's not her. Sorry, Barbara, if you hear that. Sorry. But anyway, just in case. But
Right.
still, I feel that that's my responsibility. I just do my best and ask God for the strength to do that. You
Exactly.
understand? Like
Yeah.
that's a serious campaign. We got to push
Yes,
it more in
Mhm.
our
it
Right.
is.
And as a culture, we have to, that's it. We don't know our culture. And so therefore we're still learning our culture. And part of that is to take care of each generation, takes care of the next. So of course you've got to take care of your parents because they took care of you. That's the way we honor them. That's the way we should honor them because we want them. They will live longer if we take care of them. That's the other thing. Because if you put them in a home away from the family and family's not going to visit, well, you're going to lose them faster.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
gonna die from a broken
They're
heart.
gonna
Yeah,
they're gonna
yeah.
lose that what they had, the love that they
Mhm.
gave us. We have to give it back to
Give
them.
it back to
And
Mhm.
them.
this generation cannot be selfish and just push people aside because they have money. They have to
Yeah,
take care of their families because if they don't, no one's going to take care of them either because what goes around will come around
It's so
and
mhm,
they
true.
Yeah.
will not
mhm,
be taking care of themselves. And that's why they
mhm,
have to know
mhm.
you've
But
got to honor that father and that mother, that
yeah,
that life will be long upon this land.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yes, we
this is
have
so
to do that.
huge. Linda, you know what else? As you were talking, and while me and Peggy, Dr. Fritterman, is that it's a financial thing that we as parents have to prepare for this moment. You know, when you
That's
Mhm.
the
pay for
other thing.
long-term health care, let's start
Yes.
sitting back down with our children. Like now, I'm
Yes.
sitting with my 16-year-old son. I'm like, I'm not telling him I'm leaving him this policy, but I said, you are fiscally responsible for all of us because
Mm-hmm.
now I have a policy in place should something happen to me or him. And so we got
Mm-hmm.
to get back to knowing that you can't take care of somebody when you ain't got no money. Come on, somebody.
That's
So let's
right.
talk about that.
Unreal.
Because all that love you got, honey, you be wore out. And I be like, Linda, can you take over my mom until I come right back? I gotta go work to McDonald's or something. Like, but if you got a policy and your finances in place, that little bit of money will definitely help and it'll save you on your own mental.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yes.
let's, so it's all this,
Yes.
it's a whole full circle, right, Dr. Fitterman? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what I was going to say is that a lot of times people will are not trained on how to establish boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a lot of times people will put their mothers or their fathers in a facility because that's their way of establishing boundaries.
Mhm.
Right? But there are ways and training to be able to establish healthy boundaries while they're still in the home. And that's something that I have a caregivers support group that is coming up. So that's some of the things that we can talk about. How do you establish those healthy boundaries while your loved one is living with you?
Yeah, Dante, let's show that flyer. I think we do have a flyer to share with our listeners and our lookers today. Yes.
Okay.
This is your event. You want to talk about that? This is what you're speaking of?
Yes. Yes. So for the last, it's something that's offered. I've been doing a webinar quarterly, but this is the first time we're doing it in person.
I love this.
Yeah, we're doing it in person because people need to know that they have support.
Yes.
They need to establish some a culture of safety. They need to be able to educate and train themselves on how to establish those healthy boundaries. And then there's another point also I wanted to mention. DC, there you can actually dial 211 to receive assistance.
Thank you, Dante.
And I want to ask you the assistance that you have. I noticed that you're in Maryland and I'm in DC. So what about, is this DMV information or basically in Prince George's County or Maryland?
You're talking about the 211?
No, is that your event?
The event.
Is it just DC, Maryland, or Virginia? Just Maryland?
Oh, the event. Yes. Yes. It's not limited to Prince George's County. If you're in DC as well, yes, it is for the DC metropolitan area.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I think that's very important that, again, talking about educating ourselves, preparing ourselves. There are resources and there is help out there for those who want it. You got to want it to seek the help, and you are providing that. I want to just pause here and take a moment to even send a shout out to my sister, Tippy, because we're talking caregiver. She's taking care of my mom now full time.
Oh, wow.
And so what she did do, yes, she is. And mommy is so happy. She looks good. She's feeling good.
Yeah.
And that helps the whole.
That's love.
The physical, the love. That's the love they need. And my sister's giving. We all do that for our mom. But I know everyone has a schedule. Of course, myself, but my sister has taken on that, and she went to get training. That's the other part we just mentioned, getting training and knowledge of how do you take care of your elderly, what do they need, and how do you do it. And I just really commend her in the midst of all of her busyness. She's as well as this taking on the caregiver responsibility.
That is what we're supposed to do. That's awesome.
Yes, and I also learned that AARP has an article that says that even the president is acknowledging and understanding how important it is for family caregivers to receive income, to get, they're working on getting tax credits so that they can be in a better financial position to help with caring for their families.
What were you going to say, Peggy?
Yeah, I was going to say, salute to your sister. That's nothing but love, because we have the same love in my family.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Marty has stepped down from her job to come full time and take care of my mom.
Wow.
And which is a blessing.
It's such a blessing. And we look for our mom. Your mom is 90. My mom is 86. And we're looking for them to live into their hundreds. Really. I
believe that's why they're living longer, because of the love.
Right.
From the the
daughter,
giver.
Yeah, the givers,
yes.
The daughters, the grandchildren coming by.
And let me tell y'all something. It's not just the fact that the God is honoring.
Yes.
We have to know that God is in the middle and the mix and in all of this of what he sees us doing as what we're honoring our mother. As you just said, it goes back to the biblical scripture of that.
Yes.
And when you do that, he's blessing not only to live long for our moms, adding life to them as they continue to live, but
and
they're
adding life to you as well.
Yes, to the family member as well. So it's a full circle when God is doing this, and God sees what we're doing, and he's honoring it.
Yes.
He's honoring everything that we're doing as it relates to how we're going to take care of each other. And
Each
when we take
other.
care of each other, God loves that. That's what he's about. He said, cast your cares. And as we're casting our cares, he knows that he loves us. And that's why he's helping us to do and giving us the strength and the
Yes.
fortitude. Because it's not easy, Dr. Fetterman, to take care of an elderly.
That's
No.
right.
No.
Well, it
You
wasn't
got
easy to take care of us youth, hard-headed teenagers.
I know that's right. And mama took care of us.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
We have a few minutes left. And Dr. I want to switch gears because talking about these hard-headed teenagers, where are we without young people with this mental anguish and issues that's going on? Because we see it in the schools, we see it in the homes, we're seeing it in the streets. How and what can you say that contributes to what our young people are going through?
All right. Well, first of all, I think many of the young people don't feel as if they're being heard.
Mm.
And it's important to listen to what they have to say, and to respond to what it is that they're trying to say. There was I was working with a client who has a daughter. She's 9 years old, and she found out that her mom was in therapy, and she said, "Mom, therapy too." So I'm working with her now to find a therapist for her daughter. So for her daughter to say, this is what I need. This and it was a situation where her um was her and the child's father had committed suicide. So she knew that she needed some help, and she was able to listen to her. And so now, getting her in, giving her an opportunity to find someone that she can talk to, that can listen to her thoughts, her thoughts and her feelings, and to be able to express her grief. Because a lot of our kids are going through grief and loss, more than we realize. Suicide. I was listening to a young lady who was this close to ending it all, but by the grace of God, she didn't go through with it. So just having resources available. Again, if there are 3 points that I'm just kind of making overall for everything, creating this culture of safety for our elderly, for our kids, for all of us. That is what we are doing when we have these groups and we sponsor these events. We're creating a culture of safety, because every place isn't safe. There are so many places that are not safe. And so it's important for us to continue to do that, continue to do the training, and educate ourselves as much as possible, and reach out for help. Again, that call 211. I have to commend Reverend Jamila Woods, because that's something that she has fought for such a long time, and it is finally come. There's an opportunity for the police to instead of arresting someone who has a mental illness, then there is a resource
Right.
that they can, tap into. And that's all a part of that call 211. So, just so thankful for her and all the work that she's doing. I was talking to her last night, and she was talking about the bills that are being approved in Maryland now. And it's just, and just
We're
part
so
of
proud
that,
of her. We're so proud. She did what she said. And you know what I love about putting people like her into office is because she experienced what mental health feels like firsthand.
Yes.
She lived it, and she is tearing up from that right now. And she established this years ago, even when her own son was here with us.
Yes.
This didn't just happen. So she didn't come into Congress, or the Senate, to say, "Oh, I'm going to do this, and that." No, this is the reason I'm here, and it's going to happen. So I shout out to her.
Saw it firsthand. Yes.
Yes.
Firsthand.
Yes.
And plus, she's one of us, right?
Of course, she's Sister Resistance Network. And to say one more thing, I'm certified 2 times. One, She does a certification in mental health wellness. So
Mhm.
I'm certified.
Me too.
Yeah. So and I'm also with another school, but guys, I'm a counselor, but I did it because if I ever see a policeman mistreat someone that might be not right and they're acting out, I can explain to them, please don't shoot. Like, let me tell you what's happening here. And the police department need that same training.
Yes, they
They
do.
They do.
need the same training.
Yes, they do,
That
Charlene.
sensitivity training. My goodness, they're just desensitized and they're just killing.
Everybody's not on drugs. Every
Right.
kid is not on drugs that's out there. Like it's in their head, their mental, something's going on. Please, please, please encourage your local police department to take the mental health certification. Be sensitive to mental
Yeah.
health.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's so true. And I think that's something that go further than just a conversation. I hope that Representative Jamila Woods and others will help start to initiate that. That's an
Right.
Yeah.
initiative
Mhm.
that needs to start. And I'm sure she is. It's just a matter of now implementing these programs, these initiatives to make that happen across the globe because it really is so important. A lot of things are happening and like you said, they're being desensitized in these areas, Linda, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them just don't care. They're just collecting a check. Some of them do. I'm not going to say they all. You still have a lot that care, but the ones who care, they should be able to be on the forefront and to say, yes, we
Yes.
see
And
that
they
these
have
things are happening.
fear. That's the other thing. They
They do
live
have
every
fear.
day with fear. So they have to
Yes,
learn how to, to
Stop
deal with that.
responding. Stop
Yeah,
Oh,
reacting and
as
yeah,
listen.
opposed to responding to the fear.
yes. But
Yeah.
Dr. Fetterman, we so much appreciate you coming
and
on.
education helps with that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
education does help with that. Education
Mhm.
helps with all of
You
it. Without
Right.
education,
appreciate being here.
we're running
Right.
around with, like you said, without knowledge, people will perish. So
Perish.
we have to have the knowledge and be
Hmm.
educated. And you have done that today. You have
Yes.
shed the light on it. We're going to have you back because this conversation will continue on and on. It doesn't stop here. And we again, thank you so much. And we want you to continue to have a great day. But we will have you back and being a part of this
Yes.
conversation
How do
today.
we get
So,
in touch with you, Dr.
yes,
Bitterman? Please tell us that. How do we get in touch with you?
Oh, okay. Yes. My website is lovewithfinesse.com. And you can also reach me on social media on Instagram and Facebook.
Beautiful.
are you under Love with Finesse on all the handles, IG and Facebook, or under
Um,
your name?
on under my name, Dr. Lisa Fitterman.
Okay, great. Well, thanks again, and we will talk with you again soon. I hope to see you sooner than soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank
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 you
you.
you.
so
bye-bye.
much.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh,
God,
that
that
was
was a
so
lot.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Good
Yes.
right?
stuff.
We sure talked a lot, like about 3 different topics, which were all relevant to
Yes,
domestic violence.
yes,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, it is.
to look at domestic violence not only as man and woman, but now elderly.
Yeah.
Yes,
And the
and we don't just
children.
and the children.
And the
Did you
children.
all see the parents who on news where they were taking advantage and they were the two black couples that they abused their children in the home so bad they weren't feeding them, they were not
I
What?
giving
saw
them
that.
food and water. Yes, they had them closed
Oh,
up in the house, the windows were shuttered and shades, and
Yeah.
they would have decent bath water. They didn't have decent running water for toilets. They totally of teenage children that they
These
two
kids were
parents.
teenagers.
Yes.
They
And
just
oh
they're
stayed
taking
in
wow.
them out of the home. Yes, they're arresting them. See, these are the kind of abuse we talk about, domestic violence,
Right.
and it relates to couples, but it's so much of that is happening. We don't know. When you have kids in your home and you are neglecting them to feed them, to clothe them, to give them education, to shut them out of the world, that's abuse.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That's
And
abuse.
abuser and once they abuse, that's what they think is normal if they what they grew up this way. So they
so
will
they're gonna
abuse the
abuse.
next
They're
generation.
gonna abuse.
Absolutely.
They will.
Hurt
Absolutely. It's just a
people, hurt
cycle. Hurt
people.
people. But heal people from
Heal
the
people,
words
heal
out of our
people.
own Dr. Marty K. Casey.
Yeah,
Hurt people, but heal people.
that's
So with
right.
that being said, mommy say, listen to your children and give them some love right
Right.
back at
Amen.
you. Yes,
Give them
amen.
love.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Share the show. We'll be back next week. We're going to have our health and wellness, which is head up by our own Linda Powers.
Yes, and
let
we're
us
gonna
know.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
what's
have a
happening?
special tribute to mothers.
Yes, we are. We're going to have a special tribute to mothers and just continue to celebrate each other, love each other. We will see you all again next week. But for now, what time is it?
It's time for
you
to walk
in
in
your
your
purpose
purpose
and
and
prosperity.
prosperity. We'll see you all next week.
Have
We're
a
out.
blessed week.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.